Good morning, friends. We have heart meditation music, 639 Hz in the background, and today I'm going to read Further Steps on the Spiritual Path. Wisdom from White Eagle. White Eagle with a Scottish accent. As you notice, there's some beautiful camera flare coming off the candle and making golden paths of light. May I also add that some of that is actually going on off camera as well. So the golden light, the candle light is very, very beautiful. This morning I set a little rock into the candle because my friend said that she didn't know it was a live candle. The candle light in one of the previous videos was so still. Anyway, don't know if that's significant of anything, but onwards to the reading. Further Steps on the Spiritual Path, Wisdom from White Eagle. And this one is about the spiritual company we have. The chapter is entitled Travelling Together. You are not alone on your evolutionary path. You travel in company. We speak of the White Light Brotherhood, brothers of the star, sisters of the light. Call them what you will. Wherever a group is formed of men and women who are strictly obeying the law of brotherhood in order to give love and service, wherever the spirit of true brotherhood is established and forms a nucleus, it attracts the attention of the brethren invisible, who will work behind the scenes to help on the work. They will never withdraw their aid unless the spiritual power is dissipated by the group's own willfulness. The brothers and sisters come to earth again and yet again in physical form. They move among their pupils, usually unrecognized. Only when the disciples have been tested and have learnt obedience to the law are they able to receive the visit of an elder brother, sister in full consciousness. When you recognize a master or elder brother, if he or she spoke to you in a public place, or if he or she sat beside you in a public vehicle, in all probability not. When Jesus met the disciples on the road to Emmaus, the disciples did not recognize him. They walked and talked with the perfect ordinary person and, thinking him to be a stranger, asked if he had heard about the crucifixion of the man Jesus. We want you to understand that in the world of spirit, we work in groups, and each personality in the group has his or her own special contribution to make to the whole. We who speak to you are a group of white brethren who are all as one spirit, completely in harmony one with another. When an important conference takes place between the leaders of the nations, for example, to most of you it is just a worldly conference, but we would assure you that no such conference affecting the destiny of humanity works alone. It is watched over, guided and inspired by a spiritual company. It is helped if it will be helped by what I can only describe as a grand council in the higher worlds, whose members are quite untouched by the entanglements of earthly mind, the influence of the astral planes or planes of desire. The council we speak of comes from the Great White Light Lodge. It has to accord with divine law, but as with you on earth, it has certain amount of free will. It does not have to work entirely by rule of thumb. It can influence the younger brethren on the earth, but much depends on the state of mind of the people concerned. We would have you understand that every individual soul is linked to another as in a chain, from earth to the loftiest heights. You can receive a communication and message from those highly advanced white brothers. Step by step, the message comes down as we speak to you now. Another influence behind us, using us to convey certain truths to you. Behind him, there is yet another, and so on through the spheres. Every one of you has your own guide, as well as your guardian angel, and you can be helped beyond all your dreams if you will go with a humble spirit into the inner sanctuary and pray, not in a self-pitying way, but humbly, not for self-gratification, but that you may fit yourself to be a true servant of humanity. You have before you the examples of the great ones, who have served humanity all through the ages. This is the way of life, to live not only to enjoy yourselves, but to beautify, to benefit earth, to help forward the spiritual evolution of all life. The responsibility rests on each one. On the individual soul, the whole community depends. A moment of reflection. Using your natural power of imagination, come with us right into the world of light, into the temple built with loving, faithful hearts and faith in God as the Creator. There we stand in the vast company of shining beings, the saints of all time. We have to thank them for the service to us, for the saints are slowly but surely raising all creation into a heavenly state to become brothers and sisters of the light. The way is shown to us all, embodied or disembodied, the way of service. Before us lies the shining path. Sometimes I find there's really nothing more special or more uplifting than just a moment or two of heartfelt thanks. Thanks for the unseen forces that help and support us in our life, and of course, seen forces. The forces of people and of nature and of circumstance. So thank to you all, and thanks to you too. Have a wonderful, blessed day.